Namaste everyone. I'm going to share my earlier artwork, my high school, pre-college artwork. My theme for my high school pre-college artwork was Lumeria. So during this time I was developing my psychic abilities, developing especially the channeling ability. So I was studying a lot. I was studying Edgar Cayce. I would study from spiritual teachers and spiritual leaders that I would find either through books or either through courses online. During this time, I was going deep, right? And I still am going deep, but I was particularly very fascinated and captivated and really intrigued. So I spent a lot of time in nature, right? I was spending a lot of time reading in nature. I was at the library. I would watch like all kinds of documentaries on YouTube about ETs and about all kinds of like occult stuff and esoterics, and I was just so I was feeding my mind at this time with everything that I could find because I was really awakening, I was awakening my authentic self. I was going through a spiritual awakening, call it like a Kundalini awakening, and I was expressing my spirituality through my art. It was a way for me to really tap into my own healing as well as discover healing modalities that are a part of my mission and a part of my dharma for this particular lifetime. So Lumeria, it's all about expression of the angels, of the spirit realm, and mysticism. It's all about expression of the inner child, so a lot of it is very childlike. It's expression of nature, because Lumeria is very much an elemental place, and also expression of people, like the aura, like ambience of people, right? The beauty of people within their eyes, like the universe within people. So I'm just going to go through it. So again, you're going to see some aliens, you're going to see all kinds of things. Again, it's about my journey of spiritually growing. So my paintings can be of visions, can be of dreams, things I see in meditation. Things I see out in nature. Things I see within myself and other people. My love for nature. My love for all the elementals and the sea people, the Lumerian sea people. Again, tapping into my spirituality very deep at this time. is my first yantra for Rosa Ivy music. Right? Angel wings, the infinity sign, and the piano. Getting into people. My love for people. My love for the self. This is getting to mixed media art. Be yourself. More mixed media. So I always imagine myself as a tree inside. So I'm very much, very grounded, the Taurus energy, so I'm very much like an elemental. More mixed media. This is one of my favorites. Learn to fly. So at this time in my life, I was learning to fly. And I was understanding what it means to fly, right? Let your heart fly, your imagination, your creativity, believe in yourself, right? Be childlike, be silly, be witty. Learning to let go and soar, right? You see, leaving the pain, the suffering behind and elevating, kind of like enlightenment. Happiness, right? I call this joy, right? Joy. This is also one of my favorites because I love the purple. It's very childlike, very folky. The innocence of the inner child, I call this. I call this It's Okay to Cry. This is the It's Okay to Cry. Because I cried a lot during my spiritual awakening and still cry a lot. Right? It's okay to cry, right? Very important for me because I was trained not to cry by my father. Right, friends. Beauty is friendship. Right? I always see my friends as the flowers. And I always see flowers in people. Beauty lies within. Love, beauty. And it's so many. So many. Goes on and on and on. Goes on. Apple picking. Beautiful. Okay. It's okay to cry. Call this my idea of falling in love. This is also one of my favorites. Very childlike, folky. Right? This is what I am inside. Very joy. Much joy. Now these collections are my favorite. Very, very, very mixed media. It's one of my greatest passions is mixed media. I just like how it's so free. It's so liberal. And it's so like raw and crude and sincere. It's like eyes are the window to the soul. Again, person as elemental. Right. Oh, this is also one of my favorites. Right. Manifesting love in one's heart, the universe. These are just little, can't see that, right? Little sort of transmissions. Can get into some E.T. Call this E.T. conception story. Wings. More wings. Earth angels. Now we're getting into earth angels and what earth angels are. Earth angels, again, very, very kindred, very childlike. More wings. More wings. More wings. So these are just some sort of appreciation. Yes. This is what I call a spirit baby. A spirit baby coming into the physical. A spirit baby coming from out of the universe into the womb, right? The woman's womb right here. The spirit baby traveling through space, traveling through the cosmos to get into the womb of the mother. Call this it's about walk-in soul. It says door to the cosmos, called portal on Earth. It gives you access to the cosmos. Third eye. The web of consciousness. I call this the female reproductive system. A leap into consciousness. The female reproductive system. Very much call this kind of Day of the Dead, right? But it's also Arcturus, Arcturus spaceship, Arcturus consciousness. Call this Kundalini energy. Spaceship, right? Spaceship. Call this the throat chakra. Manifestation. Soul companion. Spiritual power. Again, ET, all of this is ET. The Earth grid, you see Earth in the center, and then around is the Earth grid. Mother Gaia, right? Tree energy. Call this a spirit baby. The vision of the spirit baby. There's so much. This is, again, colorful, bright, very abstract. Now, again, here we go. We're almost there, you guys. So much. So this is one of my first binders for my art. Ta-ta-ta. We're just gonna look through it. You can see. Hope you can see. So we have a tree. I visualized like vision of my mother's marriage, vision of my garden house when I was young. I'll put it over here so maybe you can see it better. My favorite thing, lighthouse, healing your heart, beach house, nature. This is oil pastel. There's a lot of hearts because during this time I was really healing my heart of childhood issues, like childhood issues. I love this one. Very, very mysterious. You don't know what's going on, but it's a tree. One of my favorite things is the horse. Very like a country western sort of joy. This is a mermaid, or mermaid and a girl. This is one of my favorites as well. It's oil pastel of a horse, blue horse. It's about shapes. Again, learning to soar. Love it. Learning to soar. The mer people. So I consider myself a water person in the way that I probably lived on a water planet in my past, in my place of where I'm from, my planet that I'm from. Oh, this is definitely my favorite right here. This is one of my favorite because I love the color and I love how deep it is. So much depth. Again, healing the heart. Right, healing the heart, right, of sadness and pain and sorrow. This is what I call the Native American, right, the Native American right here, the Native American. This is a girl. It's a bright, bright heart. Very bright. You are everything you say you are not. Right? So there's a little bit of compassion going on there. These are one of my earliest works. Call this the Funky Woman. The angel coming down. The angel coming down. Deep love. Again, these are just little, I'll show you the sketches. You can see them, just about trees, a bottle, with an ocean, basically about, you know, plastic damages the ocean, crying, tears, love, nature. It's about heaven on earth. See that? Heaven on earth. We have a mermaid at the back of this. Heaven on earth. And more nature, I think. Little angel. Back of this. Listening to the ocean. Listening to the ocean. This is my doggy. This is a place in which I lived by. A beautiful lake. This is a angel that I have. It's like a statue of an angel. Again, let your emotions out. There we go. So, okay. Now we're going to get into some deeper work about people. The Gray Alien, Twin Flames. This is actually my nephew. Before he was born, I did a portrait for him. More E.T. Different E.T. Elemental realm. This the Twin Flame. It's okay to cry. Ascension. And there's about heartbreak. It's a lot of heartbreak. I love big, expressive eyes, like eyes that are just way too big. It's my favorite thing about Saudi Arabia is that the people have such giant eyes. This is wonderful. It's like you're both your polarity, your light and your dark, right? So again, all my work was based on my own sort of discovery. So these are, let's see. I'll just show. Let me see. These are. So this was my art show, work I did for the art show that I was in. This was my first book, right, in a creative writing class. It's called The Earth Angel, and you can see there's pictures of, I edited pictures of angels, and they're me with angel wings. is my first Earth Angel, or my first book, you can say, that I created for my class project. It's called Earth Angel. And this is some art for again, my art project. Like, my theme was Earth Angels because at the time all I wanted to learn was about Earth Angels. This is the front. This is the back. Again, I was deeply inspired by consciousness. And here's kind of the same sort of thing. Just more pictures. Same, but different. As they say in Indonesia. Oh, these were the dogs. Animals, of course, animals. There's my foster dog, Mickey, who I loved him so much. Again, animals, and we can't forget about plants. Again, I was really into plants and animals. These are all beautiful pictures I found just out in my backyard, or just in my community. Like, not even a far distance I could go to see these things. And then I'm going to show you, the last thing I have is some of my early photography. So, duck or goose. This was in the lake near my house. This is just more and more. This was in my art show. It is a tree in the reflection of water. Homestead. This is one of my favorite photographies at the time. And then the last thing, I think I'm just going to go through quickly just some of whatever this is. So I got just sort of animals. So all kinds of experimentation going on. Oh, my love for orcas. The cell. The cell. More about the self. The self. Nature again. Beauty. It's like a glare. This could go on and on and on. So much art. These are one of color dye. Now this is deep mixed media. Deep mixed media. So this is a portfolio I had to do for advanced art, and my theme was, again, extraordinary takes on earth angels. Extraordinary takes on angels. This was made clay, mixed media as well. It's kind of like a person, a little person. The chakra system as books. It's like a library. This was actually I created for my dad. It was kind of an altar. I created a little altar for my father. It's a way to like honor him. Being watched by an angel. Like a wish box. It was based on a book. And we're almost finished. Right. It was Raku. Portrait made of cards. And there you go. Oh my. So, wow. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you guys because I want to encourage you all to really tap into your own creativity, your artistry. We're all artists, we're all painters. You can see my art it's childlike, it's very folky, it's you know, it's me. So I really encourage you guys to just get out there and get in touch with these self-expression. The more you develop your self-expression, the more free you feel, the more joy you can experience. And it's very healing, it's very soothing, it's very emotionally fulfilling. And on this planet at this time, we need emotional fulfillment because we are so emotionally bankrupt on this planet. So we need art more than ever at this time to really fulfill our emotions so that we can be more emotionally balanced, more emotionally sound, and so that we can start to express ourselves in a more loving, constructive, and creative way that is actually helpful, that is encouraging, that is uplifting. And art is my way of empowering myself, right? It's a way for me to get to recognize that I am creator, right? It's my early stages, you can say, of discovering that I am a creator. I can manifest. Look, I manifested this, right? I saw it in my head. I had a vision, and I actually made it happen. So art is a way for you to really stay true to your word. So if you have a vision, art making really helps you to get in the flow that it is capable for you to actually take your vision and to transform it into like a tangible, physical creation. Like I had a vision, right, of the spirit child, and I just said, hey, I'm just going to draw it. Now, it's unique, it's me, right? It's not going to be anybody else. So when you really allow it to be you, you're really allowing yourself to be you, right? Art is a best way for us to just let ourselves be ourselves, right? Let ourselves just be what flows, right? So really, if you're not in the flow, like art making constantly keeps me in the flow. It constantly keeps my energy high. It constantly keeps my energy grateful, and it constantly keeps my energy proactive on creative, constructive, and creative endeavors, right? That is that's very helpful, right? Art is one of the greatest healing modalities that we have on this planet, right? And amongst all mayhem and crises and chaos, art is the survival. It's the survival of human dignity. It's the survival of human integrity. It's the survival of human innocence, and it is the survival of human divinity. So wherever there's mayhem, there's always art, right? There's always self-expression, creativity to really remind humanity of our higher potential and remind humanity that we may be a part of a very restricting matrix, very restricting, very limiting, very harsh, very aggressive, but we do have a say in how we express our emotions, and we do have a say on what we're capable of manifesting and what is capable for us to actually experience when it comes to our liberty, when it comes to our freedom, when it comes to our transforming suffering into deep compassion and spiritual power, right? So art is our way to really break through our blocks, mental, emotionally, psychologically, physically, sexually, to really break through our blocks, right? The restriction that keeps us stuck or keeps us bound or keeps us away from what it is that's really going to give us joy and really give us prosperity and give us community and give us higher energy. Art is a way for me to break through, and also a way for me to express, right? Express my feeling and my feeling of spirituality, my feeling of the physical. It's a way for me to just be me, right? It's a haven. It's like my altar. Art is my altar in which I can just go into it and I can just let myself be, right? And there's no judgment. I just surrender all judgment. There's no criticism. There's no, your art is not like everybody else's art, therefore it's bad. Compassion through art teaches you that nothing is good and nothing is bad, right? Everything is an expression. It can be creative, it can be destructive, but when expression is through art, no matter how much you perceive that it's not good, it's you. It's like your baby. It's you, right? So even if you're painting a picture that's sad, right? You're crying, right? That's still beautiful because that's a part of human experience. And when we accept and give compassion to that humanness we are, that we cry, that we feel sad, heartbroken, we feel joy, we feel excitement. Basically what you're doing is you're giving hope and faith for human ascension, that humankind actually can be better, right? And that humankind can actually move beyond this gripping negative demise that is heavy judgment and shame and blame and belittlement. It's a way for us to really just break through and be a warrior and stand up, stand out, and stand for our art, or stand for our art, because art is universal, right? It's extraordinary. Art is the infinite, right? When you bring in that infinite and you study that infinite and you bring it into this finite, you realize how capable we are and how prolific we are as a humankind, and how we have a consciousness that can pull in anything from the universe, any dream, any vision. It's just a matter of fact of actually sitting down, right? And actually doing the work. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Thank you.